A sellout crowd here in Kumasi greets Ghana and Nigeria, these historic West African rivals going head to head in this decisive playoff tie. Only one of them will make it to the World Cup at the end of this year in Qatar. Jordan Ayew on that left flank, powering forward. Truste Kong coming across to cover. Felix Afena-Gyan in the middle. Ayew's ball in, collected by Uzoho. Their neighbours to the east. Brought down by Isahaku. Comes inside onto his left foot. The shot is blocked. Mohamed Kudus playing in that attacking midfield role in support of Felix Afena-Gyan. It's laid back by him. There's the shot. A thunderous effort from Isahaku. Turned behind by Francis Uzoho. It's the clearest chance we've had yet. Truste Kong finding himself on the right wing, looking for Osimhen in the middle. Well, it was on target. It was not a powerful attempt, but it's forced to save from Wollacott. Ola Aina forward into the path of Aribo, who's made a terrific run into the penalty box. Aribo over the bar. Iheanacho, ball into the middle. Osimhen threw himself to the ground looking for something. Mohamed Kudus, great footwork from the youngster. Bursts into the box, the shot and goal. Turned behind by Uzoho. Straight-faced, the Ghanaian supporters. It's been an absorbing contest, a really hard-fought affair. Not too many clear chances, though. And all to play for in the second leg in Abuja on Tuesday.
And those were highlights of the last, in fact, I should say, the first encounter at the Babaya Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Today, the second leg of the duel in Abuja takes off. But what can we expect? We'll be joined by team here, George Addo Jr., together with Muftau Nabila Abdullahi, both of them in Nigeria. We'll have Laye Kingston, a former midfielder, an attacking midfielder with the Black Stars. But right here in the studio, Oreku Ampofo joins me. Oreku, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Benjamin.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Anyway, let's start the ball rolling by finding out from you. How would you assess the performance of the Black Stars? This was just a few days ago. I mean, what we put into it, what Otto Addo, the coach, had been saying, and what you saw on the pitch. Were we that technical in our approach? And what do you feel the performance was like generally?
I think what everyone can admit to is the fact that we've seen progress in the team. And remember, we're coming from a very disastrous campaign in Cameroon where it was basic fundamental errors in terms of the team shape. We conceded some really cheap goals during the tournament. And so the next level was to give this team a sense of feeling again. And to be able to organize yourself in a structure and know that this is how we want to play going forward. And I think everyone can allude to the fact that we saw that under Otto Addo in the first game. We could see how the team were planning on building up in the first phase, the second phase, and the third phase. And he even said in the post-match conference about how he asked Baba Idrisu to drop in between the centre-backs to be able to help progress the ball forward. And so that's something new that we've seen in terms of how the team wants to play. And in terms of, my assessment, I think I come from 2 points of views. First one, I was impressed.
You were impressed.
I was really impressed.
Anyone who had watched the team during the last AFCON, it was disastrous. Yeah. It was as though there was no cohesion at all. And at least in this instance, you would see that there was some sort of organization in the team. So from that standpoint, you agree? Yeah,
I think that's the key word, organization. And the fact that you faced arguably or even ranked the third best team in Africa right now in Nigeria, a team that were so fluent and fluid in attack during the Africa Cup of Nations, to be able to limit them to just a couple of shots, dangerous shots, and not really create anything for themselves.
So we stymied them, and it starts from the midfield. Yeah, right? That's where Ndidi wasn't.
Yeah, I think that the absence of Ndidi and all that too also played into it. But I think essentially Ghana matched Nigeria in all departments. And this is where my disappointment comes in. Because we didn't have a lot of context or an idea of how Otuado would play, playing a goalless draw against this Nigeria team in itself is impressive. But the other side of the coin is that expectations change during games.
Right.
It's the same way if Ghana is going to face Brazil at the moment, Ghana would be underdogs. But the moment the game starts and Brazil get 2 red cards, the odds change.
Right.
Now you don't expect Ghana to lose that game anymore.
Exactly.
So
the odds changed at a point.
Exactly.
But we couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, because after the game, Lukman said that the atmosphere that they saw at the he saw at the Barbera Sports Stadium is something that he's never seen in his career before. And this is someone who's played in England and played in the top leagues.
So even these people, in spite of all their experience, found this a bit intimidating, and we couldn't capitalize on it.
This was record sales in terms of Baba Yara. We've never seen this before, when it comes to ticket sales and all that. So the atmosphere was set. Nigeria were faced. Ghana started really well and created some opportunities. And this is why I think maybe a little more push, a little more risk taken in the game, Ghana could have got the goal. That's where my little disappointment comes in. But I think in the bigger picture, not conceding an away goal is really crucial, especially when you look at the dynamic of the tie, because now any score draw in Abuja would be enough to see Ghana go to Qatar.
Let's go over the virtual terrain now and interact with George Ado Jr. and Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Both of them are in Nigeria. I'll start with you, George Ado. What has the mood been like since you've been in Nigeria? I'm sure you've been catching up, interacting with some of the people there and the sports community. What has it been like? What are Nigerians saying, thinking, anticipating ahead of this crunch duel?
Good enough. I think they have the quality. They have what it takes to beat the Black Stars in Abuja. So right from when we arrived at the airport, all those were meeting as we're talking about it, the Ghanaians are here. It was easy to point out that Ghanaian party was in town because of the airline we used. It has red, gold, green colors. And at the airport, immigration officers and co were all telling us, we're going to beat you by 3 goals to 0, we're going to beat you by 2 goals to 0. Allow us to qualify to the World Cup. This is it. We are still brothers. So I think that generally the mood in camp and for all those around here is the feeling that they can beat the Black Stars. We also got to the stadium, let me say about 12 o'clock, about 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock Nigeria time, where we had an idea then as well, at least from our colleague journalists who are in Nigeria. They kept saying, yeah, we know that Ghana is a very good team, but we think we can get the results. The head coach, Augustin Guavo, and Simon Moses, who were there at the press conference, toned down a bit and just said they have to go on the pitch and get the job done. But if you watch television, from television that we watch, from the radio we listen to, and everything that has gone on here is just pointing to that thing. Nigerians are very, very confident that their team is good enough and can get the result they need to make it to the World Cup.
What have you seen of the Nigerian team since you've been there? I know you've been with the Ghanaian team, but what have you seen or heard of the Nigerian team as they have prepared ahead of this duel?
Yeah, I use heard because yesterday their training session was behind closed doors. When they were done with the training, they only allowed the Nigerian journalists in to film a bit. So the actual training session was out. We know at the press conference that Augustin Guavo had that Samuel Chikwueze and Bonke are, in a short race against fitness, the race against time to be able to be fit for the game. We know that Nigeria will not be overly unchanged. They still don't have a DD. They hope to have a midfield that works, and their target will be to flood the area of the Black Stars, the defensive area of the Black Stars, to try and get the goals. Iguabuan said, look, Ghana hardly created a chance. I disagree with him on that one anyway. But he says that it's up to them to take their chances when they have them. So, look, we won't see too many differences from the Nigeria we saw. Hopefully, because they are playing in Abuja, they will be praying that they can have a much hungrier team that can score goals.
Right, let me come to Muftau now. And speaking of squads, are there going to be any changes in our squad that we know of for now. Is it the same lineup we're going to have? I think Chire, for example, is better now after the injury he picked. Muftau, what is the latest in terms of what we know? Those who will be playing, representing the gold, green, red, and black of Ghana.
Unfortunately, we're not given the privilege of watching the Black Stars final training session before the contest.
Right.
So it will be pretty difficult to say whether there will be changes to the setup or not. But what I can say is from the press conference that Otto Addo had with the media, where he said that this is a team he's very confident in their abilities. This is a team that he feels can score goals after the Nigerian media raised questions about the Black Stars' abilities to score goals. He said, whether we can score goals or we cannot score goals, that will be seen on Tuesday night. I also think that based on what Otto Addo said, his body language did not suggest that a man who was willing to make so many changes, because he said that the team that the Black Stars lined up against the Super Eagles, he felt the two teams are equal in terms of quality and in terms of their abilities. So he's very confident in what the Black Stars can do. He described it as very hurting if Ghana should score first, because he feels that if the Super Eagles score, it wouldn't be as painful as if the Black Stars score, because you have about 60,000 partisan crowd cheering you on, but that could also be a negative atmosphere for you because you will need to meet the demands of this team. Currently, as we speak, we'll be going to the team hotel pretty soon. That's where we can have a great insight as to what has been happening within the camp of the Black Stars. But for now, we cannot tell so much because we're not giving access to the team's activities.
And speaking of trading, something came up yesterday that was rather interesting. In fact, it's reflected in this post, this tweet by one Hermé, who says, since we were Super Eagles, you guys gave us a ladder to fly down from our airplane. You guys are Black Stars. Shine in the dark. Let's see. NEPA to the world. And of course, their version of ECG. But basically,
I think that's what I request to one. If they really wanted to pay Ghana back for giving them the ladder that they use, I think they could have done better than giving us intermittent power supplies. We were all at the stadium. If you ask Georgia the Junior, he will tell you, we were all at the stadium on Monday evening, where the power kept going on and off. And even at the airport, when we were at the airport, the power kept going on and off as well until we got to the stadium. I think that the Black Stars have trained within the window created by FIFA and CAF for mandatory training sessions without us having this story to come up, because they were given 1 hour to train. They started training at 5 p.m. Ghana time, that is 6 p.m. Nigeria time. And by 7 p.m., they should have finished. So we were actually told that we're going to meet Otto Addo at 7:10 p.m. Nigeria time, which was 6:10 p.m. Ghana time. But Otto Addo showed up for the training for the press conference a little over 6:30 to 6:45 p.m. And around that time, the power outage was so incessant. It kept going on and off. That's why at the German session of the team, you would notice that the NEPA had taken the power. I think if the Black Stars had left the pitch pretty early, this story wouldn't have come up. I'm not sure it is even a big deal. I'm not sure the Football Association will make a big deal out of it, because CAF officials had actually even suggested to them that your time was up, but they wanted to stay on the pitch and cheer up. And that's what led us to this point.
For you, George, now we've seen correspondence from the Ministry of Youth and Sports on the back of shoring up, mopping up as many supporters as possible, even trying to get Ghanaians in Nigeria, specifically in Abuja, to be able to participate and support the Black Stars. Is there any new information you can give us on that? I mean, any information that has been shared with you on that? Because we will need the supporters to turn up at the stadium so that, like Oriku said, maybe some even experienced Nigerian teammates were intimidated, so that our players, especially the new ones, will not be intimidated. Any news on that?
Let me do it this way. No matter what we do in terms of mobilizing support, we cannot outnumber the Nigerians today. So that's one. And it's probably informed the Ghana High Commission in Nigeria on how they're going to approach this. They said that you have to make your way to the stadium. And once you make your way to the stadium as a Ghanaian, you'll be given a ticket to go in there. You should understand the context of all of this, because you know that the Abuja Stadium, I mean the Moshood Abiola Stadium, it's an interesting one with the way the Nigerians see it. And they know that they cannot rely on Abuja to fill the stadium. So there's been an active campaign to ensure that they can even get Nigerians into the stadium to fill it. They may in the end, fill it. But they have been cautiously doing this. It's like, look, there's a directive, from...
Don't forget that that today is half a holiday in Nigeria. It's half a holiday.
Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. The directive that says that you're closing, everyone must close at 1 p.m. then go and support the Super Eagles. So if Oriku was working here this morning, he would close at 1 p.m. and leave multimedia and go and support, the Black Stars. He would the refer of that. And then we know there are buses advantage points to bring people outside of Abuja into Abuja. So it puts Ghana in a very disadvantaged position. All we can do is give the tickets to the guys who are coming. I know that the ministry is organizing a flight here, but I tell you, it will be less than 200 guys who are coming here. Some journalists, some officials, and all of that. So we don't expect a lot. Perhaps maybe 1,000 or 2,000 hiding some kind of singing Ghanaian songs, and then we wait to see how the boys can make today a very special day. Which happens to be the birthday of the president of the land. So it's a holiday in quotes. Hopefully we can get the job done. But the quick one on the power outages. I mean the power cuts. And I really hope that people don't make this look like Nigeria planned this, because I've seen some of the commentary that makes it Nigeria did this.
I think people have been joking with it. I don't think people are taking it that seriously. Yeah. Everybody has been joking around it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope to say it's a joke, like we're rivals, and so anything that just goes into it for banter anyway. It's a situation that Nigeria would have loved didn't happen, but sometimes it is what it is, and so we had to go through the disco lights and everything. So we won't expect too many Ghanaian supporters in there. Maybe during commentary, I'll allow them some time to also go and sing, because we need a lot of voices.
Right. I noticed you wanted to come in, Muftau.
Ben, just back to what George was saying, the Nigerian Sports Ministry actually gave out 200 tickets to be given to Nigerian sports journalists so that their families can come to the stadium to support the Super Eagles. That's the media alone. 200 tickets have been dedicated to sports journalists in Nigeria so that they'll give it to their families to come and watch the game. And then there's also the other aspect where they are planning about 200 buses that will be busing spectators or supporters to the stadium to watch the game. So it is pretty a busy day. I'm not sure even if Ghana is able to have like 10,000 supporters inside that stadium, they can make an impact, because you're still going to have about 50,000 partisan crowd against the Black Stars. And that is what is going to make it pretty difficult. It could be a plus, it could be a minus. It could be a minus in the sense that when the pressure mounts on the players, especially the Super Eagles, they will struggle to cope. If the Black Stars should score first, they will struggle to cope. But the other aspect of it too is that if it goes in favor of the Black Stars and the Black Stars should score first, and they're able to keep their nerves, the pressure will switch to the Super Eagles. At this point, I'm not sure Ghana is under any pressure. I think it's rather Nigeria who are under pressure and must meet up the demands of about 60,000 people who will be inside the stadium, and 160 million plus people who will be watching away from the stadium and on television, and the millions of people worldwide. That's what makes it a pretty heavy contest for the Super Eagles tonight.
All right. Guys, I'll have us get into the players. I'll have us look at the defensive units, the midfield, the striking or attacking units, and all of that, and break it down in terms of what we can expect depending on which players play. But before that, let me come into the studio. Oreku, Coach Otto Addo he's been celebrating the fact that our stars played so well on Friday. And indeed, they excelled beyond our expectation if we had to take what happened in the AFCON as a benchmark. But he has also called for them to be cutthroat, basically to go right for it, go for the jugular in Abuja. Is this something you genuinely feel we can execute on the back of the first performance? Looking at how Nigeria played, even with Ndidi absent, and now with some of, I don't know what reshuffling they're going to do, but do you think we can be that incisive looking at our play in Baba Yara?
I think it's important we don't read too much into the Baba Yara game. I know it was a good performance and you can build confidence from that, but I still believe this Nigeria side are a very strong and quality side, and the best of teams always have day offs. And that could have been inspired by the crowd at Baba Yara. So
intimidating crowd, missing out on one or two players, crucial players, all of that could have played against them.
It could have, and it's important you don't start to believe that, oh, so this is the Nigeria people we're talking about, because the moment that gets into the head of the players, it could be precarious for the national team. I still think Nigeria, a fantastic side, would probably see them play better today in Abuja, and so it's important that we go there thinking that we played well, but then again, Nigeria were not their best. And we should expect a different form of opposition, especially because they're also playing in front of their home crowd. And so it's a different test altogether.
Definitely, complacency must not set in. But the other side of the coin could be that if our boys begin to get that confidence that, it's in Nigeria's squad, and you know, that kind of vibe, it could also boost their confidence and make them feel we can actually beat these people. We can do more. And you know, just might carry the day. So there could be two effects of that.
I think so too. And it's more or less you having a balance and knowing that these guys are dangerous enough to embarrass us. But then again, they're not as good as they seemed. And so we can also get one against them. And it just speaks to the type of tactical instructions that you want to put out to your players. I think what's important and what's crucial is that Nigeria are playing in front of their fans. They want to start well. They want to be aggressive. And so if I'm Otoado, I'm telling the boys, let's take this game in patches. In the first 20 minutes, let's aim to keep a clean sheet. Once we do that, let's slow down the game. Nigeria would be under pressure. The longer this game goes without any team scoring, the more pressure would be on Nigeria. And pressure is usually not a good thing. Pressure makes you panic. And so once Ghana haven't conceded, they can stay calm, because remember, Ghana can even afford to concede one goal and just equalize and qualify.
And that is it.
And so really, the threshold is bigger than Ghana think. And so the team has to remain very calm and ensure that they go through that wave of pressure that would come in the start. Because I genuinely believe that if Ghana negotiates its way past the first 30 minutes without really giving anything away, then Nigeria will start to think, oh, wait, maybe they are that good.
Trouble.
Yeah. And that's when maybe Ghana could capitalize. So it depends on how this game really starts today.
It depends on how it starts. Let's cross over once more and interact with Papa Ni. And he is actually out there and about. He's also now sampling thoughts of some people on the streets in terms of what we can expect, what their expectations are for the Black Stars. Papa Ni, take it away.
We're speaking to some people you don't ordinarily hear analysis from. What do they make of the previous game we played last Friday with the Nigerians, and what are our chances in today's game? We speak to them. Some of the people you don't ordinarily be from. But Bossman, last game, who is saying?
Game the Kamin Kwara Ghana the baby ni bed match. That coach say Fatau Shaku. Kamin Kwara 1 man in the second half. Born am share no. Kamin Kwara man ya changes be about Fatau Shaku there on yen second half no umbra. Be game no you bet ma qualify.
Now first leg no who is saying say na mo ball no. We say Black Stars mo ball ni nyina.
First leg there mo ball no mo ball ni na. Nta ball we nya hu kura ma obi andwen say bia Nigeria bet ma share. Because na ball na ya boy no Ghana ball pa. Ya ball shin mo but anya hu nta Ghana bet ma qualify.
Great. Maybe Chairman, Chief, only ne yadwene say last game ni your ball game pa.
Me da metimi ne nya adwen papa. A kire say match na ye de share no. Sake bo na wia. Ne ka wia force wia ne shin Nigeria for no. O me ko ball night na ma ye ntima nwini. Nti me na de the second Ghana for so me nya ward. So le mutali nti so go nya sa de ya nyu Ghana for chi biom.
So, well, he says that he thinks that the time of playing the game probably affected Ghana's chances. The first guy says that Ghana played extremely well, except that we couldn't find the back of the net. He's hoping that this game we will be able to find the back of the net. Bossman, last game, no, who is saying?
Last game, to be frank, you be winning, truly, because so share last game now, first game now, Ghana you do all, but 11 the goal.
But what do you think about the Friday's match that we played? You think that we didn't do well, or you thought that we could have done better?
Oh, we could have done better.
But what could we have done? What should we have changed formation? Should we have changed a player at a particular time?
We have to change some player.
Like who?
Like Jordan there. Jordan. To me there, he's no player to me.
What exactly did he do that you think that he didn't do well?
Jordan, at times, he play well, but at times, he don't play well. So the best thing is you should change Jordan and you bring another player.
So what player should we bring in if you are moving Jordan? That's a player some of the Nigerians are afraid of.
Partey too, they are afraid of Partey.
So you should take out Jordan and leave Partey intact. Great. I'll come back to your predictions. What do you think that will be? By how many goals we are going to be losing against, or we are going to be scoring this game? Bossman, what do you make of last game? How did it go for us?
The last game, I think say the strikers, they don't play well, so they look sharp. Then when they look sharp, goal come. So
what was your man of the match?
The man of the match, they're like, what do you call it? Partey.
Not Afenajan?
Nah.
Why Partey?
Oh, because the way he played ball, like I like it.
You also Kudus?
Yeah,
Why would you say Kudus was the best man?
He's a left, he's driving, he's give passes, everything is good. Kudus there, I like them. He'll be serious player. He will control the ball, the midfield, his long passes. Charlie, the guy, too much. He's better.
Great. So, whilst we are trying to wrap up today's game, who do you think, maybe give me 5 players you want them to play, just 5, that you think that they should be in it no matter what?
5 players. To me, I don't know their lineup, so I cannot predict.
But if you were the coach, who and when would you make them play?
I will let Partey play.
Then who again?
If Dede Ayew is Partey, I will let him play. Then I don't know the players. They are new.
Yeah, they are new. Great. So today's game, by how many goals is Ghana going to be losing or scoring?
To me, we need only 2 goals.
We need only 2 goals.
2 goals.
Do you have an idea who's going to be scoring the goal?
Oh, Partey can score. You can even play hat-trick.
So it's going to be 2-0. Great. 2-0 against Nigeria. What about you?
Oh, 1-0 or 1-1, then we qualify. If you play 1-1 from Nigeria, Ghana qualify. So if it can be a 1-1 or Ghana will win 1-0.
Who's going to score that 1 goal that I keep mentioning?
Me, if Kudus can kick free kick and then the goal is the end in the net.
Bossman, so let me ask you. So scoreline.
And that was Michael Ashale. Just to wrap the conversation right before we tell you a little bit about the Tamale interchange. So we still have George Addo Jr., Muftau Nabila. Very briefly, so what lineup are you expecting today and what are your predictions ahead of the match? Let's say in a minute each. I'll start with you, George. Let's start with you, George.
Oh, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same as we've expected, pretty much the same. If Kofi Chiro is giving a shout, we'll see how that goes. I think the man who said Fatawu Shahaki could start from second half is not far from wrong as well. That could be part of the plan. But generally, I expect Black Stars team to be more organized in the final third, and we can get some goals from there. I just think that Jordan Ayew must start. The problem with Jordan Ayew often is that we try to judge him on just one thing when he does many things. So I think it's a very balanced one. We're going for a 1-1 draw, which should be my birthday present tomorrow, and one for President Akufo-Addo today.
Okay, so 1-1. Muftau, for you, what's your prediction? Very quickly.
A quick prediction, I think it will be a scoring draw, and that's what's going to see Ghana progress to the next stage of the competition, of the qualifiers, booking a ticket to the FIFA World Cup. In terms of the lineup, I expect Kofi Chue to come in if he's fully fit, and that would mean that either Fatau or John Ayew is likely to be sacrificed. I'm not sure Otto Addo will be willing to sacrifice John Ayew. If there's going to be someone to be sacrificed in this setup, especially the team that started against the Super Eagles in Kumasi, likely to be Abdul Fatau. There's also a shout for Osman Bukhari, who is likely to be given an opportunity. But we are waiting to see what the decision will be from the technical brains. But I do think this will end in a scoring draw.
Well, thank you so much, George Addo Jr., editor here with Joy Sports, and Muftau Nabila with the Joy Sports team. Thank you so much, and give our team there the very best, definitely. Let me wrap in the studio as well. Your quick prediction, Oreku?
I think I'll go with Muftau. I'm seeing a score draw.
A scoring draw?
Yeah.
So whether it is 0-0, no, definitely not 0-0 because there will be a score. So 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, whatever it is, we'll draw.
I'm seeing a 1-1. I think Nigeria will probably take the lead later in the game, and Ghana will equalize very late on
and break their hearts.
That's the most painful one. That's the one that I want.
Oh no, thank you for joining me in the studio. But before we wrap, President Akufo-Addo. Oh, George. George, were you saying something?
Just a quick one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a quick one before you go. Yeah, I have to acknowledge our sponsors before we go. It's very important. Those who have made sure we're here and why we're going to be bringing commentary to you from the Mushuda Viola Stadium. I have to say thank you to Qatar Airways. They've done so well to bring us here. To KFC, to Airtel Tigo, to Azar Paints. They've been absolutely great. And of course, to 10Bet. They have made sure that we have been able to put together the nice coverage. And Oreku and the men will be on the bridge at 4:30. You want to join us on radio for the commentary at 5 p.m. Commentary comes your way. Plus, there's going to be so much in terms of updates. And as you realize, we bombarded you with a lot of videos. There's definitely more going to come from here. We're going straight to the Ghana High Commission and continue from there and tell you how it's going.
Thank you so much, George. Of course, very important to acknowledge our sponsors. But today, another big thing happening. President Akufo-Addo is expected to commission the Tamale interchange later today, and that is a big one in Tamale. We'll be bringing you some details of that as well in our subsequent bulletins. The interchange will seek to improve trade and regional integration owing to its proximity to neighboring Burkina Faso, but also improve traffic management in Tamale. So more feats that we're achieving year in, year out. Well, for those of you who have joined us this morning, this is where we cap off the conversation, and we wish the Black Stars the very best. No matter your prediction out there, let's keep praying for the Black Stars of Ghana. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Thank you for joining us on the AM show. Our major bulletins come your way at 10 and at noon. Tomorrow, let's connect again. Great day.